There we go. I'm unmuted now. I was on mute for a second there. Welcome back to another stream. Let me just get Justin on the screen a second. Let me add another camera slot. There we go. Right. Everyone should be able to see Justin now. Yeah, bang. There we go. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hello, mate. You are on loud and clear now. How are you?
Wonderful, Dave. Wonderful.
Very good.
Another day closer to hopefully the ball run starting.
Yeah. That's.
I keep saying that. I don't know whether that's just blind faith or what, but hoping for the best.
Yeah, that's what we want, and I suppose that's all we can do at the moment. That's all we can do. Who we got in the chat? Let me know who's watching the stream. Get your comments in the chat. We got Crypto Pappy, Big Dave, hello legends. Yes, the Gold Sniper. How we doing? Good afternoon to anyone else watching. If you haven't commented, thank you very much for joining me and Justin back for another Monday stream as usual. And Bitcoin is still hitting. So this is a really interesting point, isn't it, on Bitcoin at the moment? This kind of run up into 84k, just below as well.
Yeah,
quite a key pivot point for it on the lower time frame at the moment.
It's not really doing much. When we broke out on Friday and we started closing the 4 hour above resistance, I was like, okay, we could see a bit of a run up here, but it still doesn't look ready to me. Just it's not showing that, it's not had that dip back down. So when we pull back a bit lower, it's not. It's looking a bit.
There's no strength in it, is there? Really? There's no strength at all. Like,
well, the thing is, as you would have probably know for a fact, you've seen this. How everyone is getting so excited about this hyper liquid whale that keeps posting stuff, or that their trades keep getting posted all over crypto Twitter. I think it's hilarious. Obviously, everyone's got excited about it.
Yeah, it's just bait, isn't it?
I'm pretty certain it's whatever position they're in. It's either driving the price into a bigger position that they've got on Binance or layered elsewhere. Because why would you make trades so big, especially putting in TPs and stuff like that? I think the TPs yesterday were like 65 grand and 58 grand and stuff like that. Knowing how much the market makers actually target big positions or retail positions or paid discords or paid signal groups, why on earth would someone like that then just publicly display what they're doing or allow their positions to be publicly displayed? It just doesn't make any sense to me unless they're covering it elsewhere, and I'm pretty certain they're trading in the other direction on another platform.
Yeah, 100%. You know, like you say, why would he just leave himself wide open, especially with how much publicity it's getting? Like, why would you just leave yourself so wide open to being hunted if you didn't have a position to cover it or whatever? Like, it makes no sense. It just makes no sense for someone to do that.
And then did you see that there was another tweet? I can't remember who it was by, but I got it sent to me yesterday, and it was I'm putting together a crack team basically to go and hunt this whale down.
Yeah, and Justin Sun was there.
DM me if you want to be part of it. And it's like, oh my god! Like, get your fishing rod out, put a gone fishing sign up, and just it's such inducement. It's just hilarious how, not criticising anyone.
Yeah.
But there is the fact that how many people are talking about it is right up there. my two most annoying things in crypto right now is people talking about Michael Saylor, boring, and this perceived whale on Hyperliquid, where everyone, because already people are going, I'm just going to copy trade their position.
Yeah.
Let me know how you get on with that.
Yeah, well, you can already see exactly what's going to happen from now on. It's so clear. It's going to take a position leading into the rate decision. And loads of people are going to follow it, going, oh, they know what the rate decision is, or they know the direction of the market. You know, this is obviously coming on Wednesday. You know for a fact that I would be shocked if that account didn't take a position leading into it. People follow it, and it will just absolutely run through all the positions that people have followed it. Yeah. You can just see it coming up. It's leading up to it, you know, obviously, like, the hype's, you know, quote-unquote hype is building on it. Yeah. And like, what is the biggest event that we could get? Obviously, in the next month, it's obviously this interest rate decision on Wednesday. You just know for a fact that it's going to take a position. People are going to follow it, and it's just going to absolutely rip shreds through the position itself, or everyone who's followed it.
Yeah. Well, I likened it over the weekend to a pimp giving out free drugs to his hookers, get them all hooked up, and then give it all free to start off with, and then then they pay for it. But anyway, that's maybe not the wrong analogy, but I quite liked it.
Yeah, yes. No, yeah, it's true, isn't it? Yeah, because like that's what it is. Everyone's just gonna start following it, thinking that it's like the holy grail of insider trading.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone's going, how do they know? This is coming from, this must be Baron Trump. This must be this person. This must be. It's like, you can just see, unfortunately, you can just see people getting their ass handed to them. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit of a wild wick on ETH. ETH has been doing some wild stuff, hasn't it, recently?
Well, all coins in general, Dave, have been. I've been watching a few over the weekend, and some of them were popping off. So you've had. Do you remember last week? I think on last week's show I mentioned auction.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And then auction had 100% run up. Then if you look at the Binance coins today, so you've got Cake, Bake, Burger, BNB, I think, is even up a bit today. Yeah. So a lot of the CZ projects are starting to have a little moment. So I'm not bullish yet as to like, right, the bull run's here. We got through the last week, blah, 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 blah. It's having looked back at the 2017 cycle, which is the one that we look like we're actually following. The last sell to buy candle before we had a massive run up was March 2017. So
yeah,
but the macro market at the moment isn't ready, in my opinion. Having a look at the macro conditions, not like looking at the SPX or any crap like that. I mean, like proper economic data.
Yeah,
it's not ready yet, in my opinion. So I think we get relief bounce now. I've got lots of charts prepared for you, Dave.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see. I mean, the one thing I'm looking at is we've not even really had like a liquidation candle yet, have we? Not really. Not like one that scares people. Obviously, this drop, will have scared people and stuff like that. But there's no candle there where you go, wow, that just absolutely obliterated everyone.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I mean, maybe it comes, maybe it doesn't come. It's not guaranteed to come. But I just think, like, if you're gonna form a bottom, where is the liquidation here so far? Like, obviously, even this movie, that was quite slow, wasn't it? I mean, look at that build up about how many candles did that take to get down here? It took what's that, about 8 candles?
Yeah, we're looking for like a $20,000 move in 1 minute candle kind of thing.
Yeah. looking for just a candle where it just makes everyone's ass fall out, and then that's the bottom.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, maybe we don't get it. Maybe we do. I don't know. But I mean, looking at it, it's just like where's the where is the liquidation candle so far? Like I don't see it. Obviously, there was a lot of fear and stuff in the market going down here and that, but where is the one where it goes right? Okay, just absolutely just rip through everyone's positions now.
Yeah, not
quite. I don't know.
Not quite there yet.
No. And maybe that's the call. Maybe it's not. Who knows? It's entirely possible that what have we learned on Bitcoin over the past 2-3 years is that it has one move and then it just does sideways for ages. So is it out of the realms of possibility that it just forms a new range here? Is that out of the realms of possibility?
Flick my charts out quickly, Dave.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it on. Let's see. There we go.
So we are in play. Here we go. Right. So total charts to start off with. This we've held 2 weeks now. At this level, which I think is pretty key. We almost last week liquidated down to the weekly and monthly fair value gap here.
Yeah.
I think I've sent you my chart. You've seen them. I think we either get a little relief here, liquidate and then out. That's option one. Option two is we just accumulate here and then we break out. I'd say that's less probable. We lose support, liquidate, and then probably get out like that. They're the three options in my opinion. But you can see there's clear like level to gain now, level to gain here, level to hold here, and you've got a clear liquidation point here.
Yeah.
So it's pretty straightforward to me, and I'm not to break out of a range. As we know, we need a liquidation. So this could be a liquidation here, but then you want to see strength, and you want to see that V shape, which we are not getting yet.
Yeah.
So I think I can see something like this for however long. I don't know how long that will be. But it's funny just seeing your other chart because I produced this the other day. Did I?
Yeah.
Hold on. There we go. Right, put this on the daily. So those were my range levels.
Yep.
And so I was thinking, effectively, we're in them between them two boxes. We've got this sub little mini level here in the middle. So we either gain and we try and test resistance. We've had effectively one go at it. Normally on Bitcoin, it takes 2 or 3 efforts to get out. We've had one.
Yeah.
So again, to similar to the total charts, we either accumulate here, push up, and then break out. Accumulate here, break down, V shape. But we've got to have a liquidation, and I don't think this is the liquidation, personally. So I think there's time to run, and it's a similar kind of story. You look at the SPX, and again, we're in a pretty clear range. Bounce perfectly off the daily fair value gap, but there's a weekly support down here. So unless this gains above here and we make a high, then we're probably coming down here.
Yeah.
So the SPX is pretty straightforward. I think Bitcoin's pretty straightforward. The total chart is pretty straightforward. And nothing to me. Dominance, I still think we got up here somewhere. Because anyone that thinks alt season is going to happen in a matter of weeks, unless this thing absolutely craps the bed by 10 points or so, 10% at least, to get us below this bit, no chance we've got an alt season.
I mean, when you look at it now, and especially like for where we are in the year, we're already into the second half of March now. It just seems like it's going to carry on until, the standard playbook just drag on throughout, late spring, summer, and then kickstart again towards the back end of the year. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Like, we're going to get this massive volatile breakout in the middle of summer. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, it just doesn't seem logical, does it?
But the thing is, you measure how long we've been in these ranges for. Once we've lost support here, whilst this was holding, then we open up the upside. We've got, unless we get out of this quickly and then regain above here, I don't see how we don't come in and feel the downside. Now, what I would say is if we do get this relief up here and retest resistance, we should see some altcoin moves. But the capital, there's nothing here that says, unless we break above this level on total, like that 2021 high, it's just rotation of it's not capital inflow. It's pretty much rotation, and that's why you're seeing these like last week we had auction, but Mavia today's done like 90% cake, bake, burger. You can get these ones that are popping off. ZRO at the weekend went like 25-30%.
Yeah.
So unless Ton had a good run last week. So unless you get significant capital inflow, and I mean from here, a couple of trillion, alts not popping off. Yeah, in my opinion, it's just not there, and it's just ugly, unfortunately. And like I say, measuring the actual moves. So if you, I can't remember which ticker the is the other day. 2.6. Not that one. Not that one. So does this go back far enough? Yeah. You go back to, no, don't go far enough. Coinbase, maybe. That don't go far enough. Bitfinex. Just trying to find the right chart. Got so many of them.
It's all right, mate. Take your time.
But you'd look. Where was it? There we go. 2017. So this is probably more like where we are now. So if you look at the monthly, back in 2017, we had, I think it was the March candle here. We had this long we had the run up, don't get me wrong, but this was the kind of the month that caused, we had that bit of a gradual high, which obviously we've been going in the opposite direction of this. But we suddenly had that inflow after that month, and then it went, obviously, a bit garrity after that. But we're not there yet. I do not see the economic triggers that would indicate to me that we're ready to push yet. The the narratives are just not there. So if you look at, as you know, my trigger being gold. Let's get a fresh gold chart on.
Yeah.
USD. I still think obviously we're at a high now, but this is the key still to selling off to provide some liquidity. But the bond yields are still being driven down because there's that 9 trillion of government debt that needs to be refinanced.
Yeah, I remember you saying about that last week.
So that's got to be done this year. You look at the M2 money supply, that's starting to tick up, but it hasn't been injected into the economy yet. So I think there's just lots of stuff that just doesn't look like it's suddenly going to go ultra bullish to me. And I actually think the alts, I mean, you look at Total 2, this probably looks a bit ahead of Bitcoin now, of actually the drop. So if we get a bit of accumulation on Total 2, we might actually see it pump up, or we're going to get a liquidation past this point here.
Yeah.
Which, if we drop down there, then that's again pretty ugly. But I'm trying to keep my positive pants on. As you know, I'm not really trading at the moment. I'm trading traditional markets, actual day trading wise, because it's just better returns, I'd say. And until we get the liquidity in the market, it's just going to continue being the way it's being, I think. Yeah,
I mean, for me at the moment, Bitcoin is mostly what I'm trading, and then it's just looking for opportunities in the market in terms of large caps. So, and that's where your best bet is at the moment. So for anyone wondering, maybe you sat confused or whatever, obviously, you can't really go wrong with trading Bitcoin in terms of the market because it's obviously the market leader. So where, you could have a great altcoin setup and it looks like it should come off and whatever, Bitcoin drops 5%, then the setup's in the bin, isn't it? Especially at the moment, Bitcoin was down. I think when I was streaming last night, Bitcoin was down about 0.5%, and then alts were just in a state of like minus 5, 6, 7% again.
It's just that dominance is too high. That's the problem. Until that dominance drops off and tops out, which, if you look at it purely from where we're currently sitting on the dominant side of things, unfortunately, we've gained above this level. So you've got this kind of is acting as resistance at the moment on the actual pricing. I still think we probably grind up here, mass liquidation, and then we want to see a rejection like this, like literally acute, like grind up, but this is on the weekly, so you can see how long each phase takes. And even here, yes, we had a run up, but it's been grinding. It's not been anything.
Yeah,
we need that, and we haven't seen anything remotely like that yet. And until we do, it needs to liquidate hard to the upside and then reject big, because that done, what was that? That was 5-6 weeks of just running that, like just nuking down.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went into this consolidation and then went back up again. So it doesn't look, I mean, you don't want it to go all the way up here, obviously, because that's game over. But I do think somewhere in the 60s into this box here, I think that's where it needs to go to kind of roll over.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, it's just, I'm sure, everyone's probably starting to run out of it, but it's just patience in it. It's just, you can't have anything more but patience at the moment. So that's where we're at. It's unfortunately patience. No matter how long it takes, it will go when it's ready. And yeah, it might just take that little bit longer. But in the meantime, I think there is still mass opportunity in the market.
So you said you're trading again. Are you trading just Bitcoin and large caps, did you say?
Yeah, mostly Bitcoin, and then any opportunity that there is in large caps. So got a good trade on TON over the weekend and then closed that out. I'm kind of hoping given that it was a news pump, I'm kind of hoping that it goes back down because I would like to get back in again. I don't see any reason why, because it's coming into supply as well. It's got a decent on the daily. It's got a decent overhead supply that it's coming into. So I don't really see the upside on it from here. I think back down again to retest that level, or even down to $2 is my ideal entry. Down to $2, and yeah, would be a very happy boy with that.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately what we're looking at.
The thing is on TON, you've obviously got that candle that caused the run up on the weekly, but this candle and this candle are the two that, I mean, what's that? So that's $1.70, $1.80. I mean, that would be a gift, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Even if it went there, I mean, anything around $2 or sub, and I would be in for the long haul. I think on TON. It's just whether it gets there or not. I mean, that move was strong on the weekend, but obviously it was news driven, so I do expect it to bleed back down.
Yeah. What was driving the news on that, Dave?
So the what's he called? The CEO, the creator. I can't remember his name. Dorov or something in it. Yeah, he's been allowed to go back to Dubai. So he's exited France, where he was under prison or whatever it was. He was being held anyway, wasn't he? Yeah. So then he got let out over the weekend, and yeah, that caused that huge. I think it was a 30% move or 25-30% move on TON. But I mean, I mean, if it went higher, I was looking to hopefully short about anywhere in the 380, 370, 380. But yeah, I'm hoping for another drop down on that, and then depend on where the market is, look to get back in, because I think TON is one that I would like to hold for the next leg up, because I still think in terms of the network and everything about it, it's probably got the biggest opportunity to have like a proper run in terms of like building users and decent stuff that will obviously, in turn reflect in the price. It's got it all on a platter for it, hasn't it? It's all on a platter for TON. It's just whether they can sort of make it into something competitive.
So a little birdie told me that TON is releasing the payment function on Telegram.
Okay.
So I don't know whether that was in conjunction last week or whether that's not been released yet, that information. If so, there you go. You got a groundbreaking bit of insight there.
Well, hopefully the price gets slammed before that. I didn't see anything about that over the weekend, so I don't think that has hit the news. It was all about this about the founder. I can't remember his name. I think his name.
Does that mean I've just broken some news by accident?
Yeah, but who cares? It's all right. Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, TON's one I'm actively looking at. And yeah, I think if it came into a little squeeze higher into that daily block that we've got on it, I would give it a short. Into that daily block to the left hand side, I would slam it right into that, and I would short that. But until now, I've not taken a short back down on it. I would.
The thing is, shorting a move like that is always a bit risky,
Yeah.
especially as you haven't taken out this high here.
Yeah, exactly.
You can see the liquidity that sits here as well.
Yeah.
So basically, anything that is basically there would be a good short.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say. So that's what, $4.50, $3.85, and that's quite a wide zone. But I would say a long from possibly here is not too bad.
Yeah, just have to see whether it comes down or not.
$2.80, $2.90.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes back down, I mean, ideally it goes sub 2. That would be the ideal. Obviously, a big chunk shaving off it from where it is at the moment. But that's where I would love to buy Ton.
I mean, got the candles above, but we didn't actually close strongly above that wick there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely going to come back down, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So it could react there. But yeah, it depends whether you're buying it as an investment, whether you're looking at a swing trade, or whether you're looking to just scalp it. But that's a decent area to look at. This area wouldn't be too bad. And then obviously if it bleeds down further than that, then not bad at all.
Yeah, so that's I mean, it's just waiting for the levels, isn't it? I mean, Link is another one. You know, Link has got a couple key levels that I've been watching. And it's just it's a game of patience, isn't it?
Oh look, I've got. So the area that I was looking at on Link was this lower green box there.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a gift. So that's between $8.20 and $9.80. Anything in there, I think, would be quite handy. We've got 2 minutes until New York Open, Dave, by the way.
I do have the poll open as well. So 69% of people think we're going down. You bunch of bears. You bunch of bears in the chat today. Do make sure you get your vote on in the poll, and do make sure you drop a like on the stream. We've got 45 people watching on YouTube. That's a good viewing. So yeah, please do drop a like on the stream. And if you're looking to join Stonksy, you can get 20% off your first month with code BOT20. So the link's in the description along with the code. Do go check it out. But yeah, we've got 2 minutes. Well, 1 minute now. And I think, I mean, how much hedging is going to be done leading into Wednesday, we'll have to see. But I'm very cautious to position anywhere leading into Wednesday unless something just is handed on a platter.
Yeah, it doesn't look great today. Like I say, I genuinely thought once we got into this pattern here that it might liquidate and then push up.
Yeah.
Which is still buy it. But yeah, I suppose the next level it really got a hold is down here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're open now as well. We're open, so we'll see what we get. But again, do bear in mind that we've got this event coming up on Wednesday, so we might see a bit of PA where people are hedging. But let's see. Let's have a look. So what has the Mag 7 opened? So Nvidia's up a bit. We've got Apple down a little bit. Oh, Tesla's open -3% today. Okay.
The Mag 7 have got today. So I'm pretty sure that Nvidia's got some kind of conference or something today, this week.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're all pretty flat, minus Tesla, which is down 3%. So interesting. It is interesting.
Well, the thing is, so I was asked about this last week, and again, you look at Tesla. Oops. It's so far ahead of everything else. So if we lose the low there, then I dare say we're going to come down and fill this gap down here, which I know everyone's going to go, that's outrageous because it's such a big drop, but
it's already halfway there, isn't it? From where it topped out at, it's already done. It's already done half of it, and to be honest, it's not even really been like. I know, obviously, the main thing that takes the headlines is the S&P as an index, but the fact that Tesla's down 50% from its high in the span of 3 months is like no one's really batting an eyelid, but it's down there. So not
to be too tinfoil hat, but it's clearly front running the other Mag 7. It's so obvious that it's front running, but all of them look a bit. I think Meta's the only one that's performed all right. But
some of them look a bit scary, don't they? Like Microsoft, there, that looks a bit scary. The way it's just rounding off in it, and then it's just waiting for the trigger just to
lower
have that aggressive drop. Yeah.
So you kind of break this level, and then you can start seeing it distribute, and it might do that, and then you might get that because. I still think maybe the end of this year is when the stock market probably runs up. So if I've still got it, let's have a look. My projection was here of where the S&P would be before the end of the year. So I had 6,400 to 6,600. But not quite there. I still think this needs to bleed down here, and then you're into the back end of the year where I think this makes a new high, which would also make sense because obviously if you're looking at the Bitcoin and the total charts and stuff like that. To me, unless we get a V shape, which we haven't yet, yes, we're at 2.68 trillion. So to actually go right, we're going to put another trillion in is possible. And then you get probably some altcoins that will make 50, 100% kind of gains. But are you going to see 5, 10x like in a short space of time from here? I'm not seeing it yet. And I think what will happen is you're probably going to get, if we stay in this range, you could be June, July, August before Bitcoin breaks out here. Because if we get another 100 days in this range, then Yeah, I mean, if it was me, what I would be looking at is get rid of this. I would potentially try and split this into 2 zones, because then you've got almost 10,000 or so. Push up, range in here, and then pop, and then leave this. If we have got some, because then you're in 10 grand territory of zone. If we have to range in here, you're then talking about how big was this range? Top to bottom, 25 grand. So you could be in for another 100 to 200 days in this range. Imagine how miserable.
Well, see that, and that's the thing, innit? That is what Bitcoin has done this cycle. We get one volatile move, and then we consolidate. We've now had the volatile move, albeit maybe potentially another scenario where we get a little bit more downside. But the majority of the volatile move has happened.
But the thing is, most of the time, it's pumped, consolidated. It hasn't actually come back and retested. It would be too obvious to come back and retest this high here.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we done this.
Yeah.
Because at least this way you could build the liquidity down here, which you could get the leg down to kind of liquidate and then push up.
Yeah.
If you're doing the whole range, that's a long time. Or
yeah, I mean, it does seem too obvious, doesn't it, to go and do the previous range high, unless I think we get one really dirty, horrible, nasty candle where it just runs through everyone's bids and just has maybe like a 5-minute candle where it just fast drops 65 and then just creates one of them big long lower wicks where everyone's looking to bid there, the bids get filled, and then bang, just rips through all the people that have just put bids there, and then it's just okay, we've tested that, but bang, right down, liquidate them all, and then bounce.
Yeah.
But who knows? Yeah, I mean, could get anything, couldn't we? We could get anything, but I don't think it's in. I mean, yeah,
people.
That would be a lovely, perfect head and shoulders as well, wouldn't it?
I like it.
And then that would send us back down towards what, 30k-ish?
Yeah.
If that
thing
came
is,
off.
if you use the old Fibonacci, the golden pocket would bring it down to 50 odd K.
And you know what's dead interesting about that is? That is the exact peak of the ETF candle. That candle there to the left, that is the day that the ETF launched. That was, and look at that, it's bang on in there, innit?
Yeah.
And alongside, obviously, the liquidation from August last year. That is exactly where them two candles are.
But I'm going to put my positive pants on, Dave, and I'm going to say potentially something like this.
Yeah.
This can get another liquidate, because this way at least you could continue to build topside liquidity, continue to build liquidity to the downside here.
Yeah.
Liquidate, and then that provides you move out.
Yeah.
But again, this could take weeks and weeks to play out.
It could take months, couldn't it? It could take towards the back end, the back end of summer, September.
Yeah.
It could take, who knows how long. But
it does coincide, obviously, like I said, looking at the high time frame total charts, very clear levels. you can see it's blatantly obvious that that this is the level to gain here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is a level to gain here to go. So there's some very key inflection points. So as long as we maintain this level on the weekly close, then I would say actually form an accumulation range and then either liquidate and push out, or accumulate and then just push straight out of it.
Yeah.
We will get another liquidation for sure, because that's just how price action works. But yeah, it feels like a range bound is probably the answer. Just looking at Bitcoin now.
Which, you know, for anyone watching, provides you with a great opportunity to trade, trade the range. You don't have to.
I also think it would be really good for. It might provide, like, if we get this push up and actually retest support here or resistance here, you're talking about, what's that, 12% up on Bitcoin. So you could probably see somewhere between 30 and 100% pump on all coins if that happens. And it doesn't take probably much to do that, because we're at such low prices now on all coins. It won't take much to actually push them up. But we'll see. It's not. So Link is. There's a few that have popped recently.
Oh, look at that! That's having a good old day, isn't it? 42%.
Yeah. Well, you look again. It's another CZ project, isn't it? It's it's not.
Yeah, I mean, BNB itself is up 4.5% today. So
yeah, everything's kind of. It feels like we're going to get a relief pump. To me, that's what it feels like right now.
Yeah. It looks set to as well, because for me, if we pump into FOMC, then the likelihood is what we maybe liquidate a bit higher when the news comes out, and then it's in line for a nuke then.
This
potentially.
Is the moves we want, like that.
Oh yeah. Look at that. So you caught? Did you long that? Did you?
No. I'm outside of spot. I am not really trading crypto at the moment, because the liquidity is not there. Definitely no interest in trading altcoins because of their behaviour. But a lot of the charts of a lot of altcoins have either retraced where they need to, or have made new lows. So, I mean, some of these are just miserable where they're. What's everyone else looking at? What have we got?
We got Wiz in the chat. Hello to you, mate. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. We've got Pellin saying, what day is FOMC? Wednesday, and I will be live streaming it. 6 o'clock UK time is the announcement, so I'll be live 30 minutes before and probably an hour afterwards. So that should be fun.
Well, the thing is, from what I understand, we are not getting any rate cuts. I think it's like, that Fed rate checker thing. I think it's 90% that it actually stays as is.
Yeah. Yeah, because Powell don't want to cut, does he? Like, they're at opposite ends of the scale, Powell and Trump.
Yeah. So we've got a few bits this week in general, but yes, we have got FOMC. We have got Bank of Japan. as well, monetary policy. If you look at the SPX, I would say we've got another leg down. It's just whether we can get any separation between crypto and the SPX. If the SPX continues to follow, then, crypto continues to follow, then we've got a problem. Unless it gains, it's again, you don't have to do much to look at the weekly and dailies on these tickets like the SPX, the total charts. It's pretty obvious of where we need to be or what needs to be next. Has anyone got any tickets? What else should we talk about, though? What are you excited about?
Give us some tickers, or give us some thoughts or feelings, or what's getting you going on the market. Give us it in the chat.
I see Crypto Bros just mentioned the DXY. I have this all prepared. So DXY on the monthly. I think clearly we're looking for a weak dollar. That's obviously the order of play. So this is either going to come down here and we're going to get a reaction. I don't think it will. I can see this breaking down personally. This is on a monthly, so it's going to take a bit of time.
Yeah.
Again, it's not ready yet, in my opinion, my very humble opinion, when it comes to the lovely DXY.
When it comes into that as well, that's gonna potentially provide a great, obviously it comes into that box where you're looking. That's potentially going to provide a great trade to swap some pounds for dollars. Because the exchange rate is going to be super, and then if you actually swap your pounds for dollars, or some of them, you potentially may see a nice little return on that over the next 12, 18, 24, whatever it may be months. We've got Wiz saying he's bought some RXRX. I think that's a stock. I think that's a stock, RXRX. We got Coffee. How we doing, mate? Great to see you. Hope all is well. Thank you very much for joining. Everyone, make sure you drop a like on the stream as well. We got Venelin. I hardly see how crypto is not going to follow SPX for the next few weeks last month. What's going to make it go other direction? So what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What way are you expecting the... What way are you expecting the SPX to go?
Well, if the SPX drops like I expect, then in theory, I assume that's what he means, that crypto will probably follow. But we're very much coming up to an inflection point. So it's very easy to see the gain. I know we've got some gaps up here as well in pricing, if I remember correctly. Yeah. I expect some kind of news this week. Obviously the ceasefire or whatever it's going to be, Russia and Ukraine, is going to be quite pivotal. But this is a good bounce, but obviously from the top to bottom of this move, we lost, 11%? So it's a pretty decent pullback.
Yeah.
But it's clearly tapped into what was the daily and the 4-hour fair value gap here. Let's see. It's got quite a way to gain to get back up. But the money supply, from what I understand at the moment, money is being printed in China, Germany, the US, it isn't being injected yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I understand so far.
Yeah.
So I don't think FOMC or any of this crap in here, I don't think any of this is going to be the trigger. Personally, I think it will be something mainstream news, and mainstream news at the moment, I would be very much looking, obviously, to Russia, Ukraine, and then I expect they'll go. Russia will say, actually, no, we don't fancy this now. And then that's possibly going to get this to just go and drop down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's a realm of possibilities, isn't there? You know, you just got to trade what you see, and then whatever happens, whatever comes up, isn't it? But there's definitely, this year is definitely going to be filled with a few different events that will either fuel, a pump up or a drop down.
Yeah.
With the Russia-Ukraine one being the one that's looking like it's going to be the one that comes first, and then we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I've said for a while, I think Russia, Ukraine, and then whatever Putin gets out of it, he will then be on side, and then something's going to happen Middle East wise. That's my personal view.
Yeah. We've got Dr. Cucumber. What's up, brothers? Hello to you, mate. Haven't seen you in the chat for a while. Very good, mate. Very good. The bot is going well. I believe we've got some exciting news from I was going to say FOMC, then SMFC in the Discord. This week he put a message in saying that he's got some exciting news about some new strategies and stuff he's going to be looking to run. So do keep an eye out for that. The full message in the Discord, if you scroll up in general, for anyone who's in there. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something very interesting.
Weezy's feeling uncomfortable that I'm being bullish. Sorry, mate. It's an accident. I don't mean it.
We've got another Dave saying it's not just a pullback, but market sentiment and economic woes. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, sentiment is definitely, well, specifically to crypto, is pretty bad in it at the moment. I suspect
but the thing is,
I mean, it's funny. Go on, mate. Sorry.
Until markets have got some confidence, crypto is a speculative asset, and until there's too much money going in traditional finance, and you look at bond yields and stuff like that, until it starts spilling out of that, then it's not going to flow into crypto. And so I genuinely think we need some external, non-financial news related momentum, and I am pretty certain it will happen within the next 44 days. Because it will happen before the 100 days in office, because I'm pretty certain that the Russia-Ukraine situation will be largely resolved by then. I think it's actually a done deal already, personally. I think they're just going through the motions for the public. They need some confidence and injection. And until the bond yields or the refinancing of the debt is done, don't think it's suddenly just going to pump out of nowhere. There's got to be some other things that fall into place first.
Yeah, I think another thing that people always forget is that markets are forward looking. It's not aside from crypto, which is very much a here and now, what's going on type of market. The stock market is always forward looking. So sometimes it's not necessarily exactly what we see now. It's what the market is potentially seeing in the next few months and stuff like that. So, there's always for the potential for something to happen, but the market, has already anticipated it, already seen it, or whatever it may be. But particularly in the stock market, it's always forward looking. So unless something wild happens, that's just completely out of left field.
What else are you looking at altcoin wise, Dave? You got your eye on? Any meme coins?
No, not. I don't think I'm touching memes again. No, I've been very much put off them now. Apart from obviously Sol Season, still hold my Sol Season strong. But in terms of the wider meme market, I mean, Doge is probably the only one I would consider buying again. Not
whiff or anything like that?
I don't know. Well, the thing is, they're coming into interesting points on the chart, aren't they? But I don't know. I mean, whiff is a really interesting one in it for where it's coming into. Let's have a look at it. So
I've had my chart hasn't changed for a long time.
I remember your whiff chart for ages, yeah.
And I remember people going to me, "You are absolutely crazy. What the hell are you doing thinking it's going down now?" So it's not done yet.
Yeah.
But to me, if we get down to 20 cents or so, 25 cents, that will be, I think, pretty easy gift. But obviously, I'd done these charts a long time ago, and like I say, everyone thought I was nuts at the time.
Yeah, I remember.
There we go. Look.
Yeah, and there we are.
Cool. There we go.
But the thing is, a lot of them just won't come back, will they? Like, a lot of them they just won't come back. They've gone down to. I mean, look at the state of that. They've gone down. And some of them are just like the flavor of the month type of things, aren't they? Not flavor of the year or flavor of the cycle or anything long standing.
It is a bet at the end of the day, isn't it? It's a speculative bet. Now, are some of these worth having a bet on right now? Probably. But you've really got to pick your poison of like which one's going to perform well. And there's no guarantee, because I think a lot of people are going to fall foul of when alts do start pumping, that they'll go, right, I am going to be taking, this is going to go up because someone on Twitter said it's going to go to $2. I won't even consider taking profits anywhere around these kind of areas. I'm just going to wait for it to go to $2 because I want to make 100x. And I would suggest that might not be the wisest decision. But it's not a bad area to bid. Is it worth a bid here, or what would you do, Dave? Would you bid here, or what I would personally be doing is waiting for us to gain, to gain above here, reaccumulate, and then probably pump off of that. Because this could just carry on just bleeding.
Exactly. And that's the difficult thing, isn't it? Is where does it end with some of them? But I think I'd probably be looking for just a point where I'd have confidence in the wider market and then see where they are. So at the point where I'd say, okay, I think we're probably done for the downside on Bitcoin, which at the moment I'm not. So I think I'd probably be, if we got to the point where I think, okay, we're probably done for the downside on Bitcoin, then maybe I would look to take some low leverage longs on them, as kind of just an all-one trade sort of thing. Any that, I'd still had decent looking charts. When you say decent looking, that was any point of interest for price action to the left.
Yeah.
Those
will do fine, right? I mean,
yeah.
And all this is done. You've had this mega run up, and all this is, it's just distribution.
Yeah.
It's actually healthy, and then needs to reaccumulate, and then it will take off. That's just simple price action, right? But like you say, Book of Meme, what do you do with that? This looks like DOP, which I won't speak of too much.
What has that done? What's happened to that?
DOP, let's have a look.
Where is it even trading now?
You can still trade it on spots. You just can't trade it on. I think a lot of places stopped the perps, didn't they?
What price is that? I can't see. My camera's covering it.
It is 0.000458.
Right. Okay. Oh God, bloody hell! How low did it go there?
So look at that, Dave. 4 million market cap.
Yeah, it's insane, that, isn't it? For what they raised at. I mean,
160 million or whatever it was that they raised to that market cap. It possibly, unless this has a major recovery.
What is it up though? Like what did it go down to there on the chart? Where? Because that looks like it was even a lot lower up until a couple of days ago.
So it what did we do? So it went down to 0.0003, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's one of those. Is it worth buying at this stage, something like that, $1,000 worth of DOP? I don't know. Because just get back to up here. What's that?
69x.
Yeah. Is that worth chucking $1,000 into it? Probably.
Yeah. I mean, not even that. I mean, you could maybe comfortably, given, in the sense that the market has an overall uplift, maybe you could comfortably get a 5x pretty quickly. There's potentially. I mean, for anyone who bought the bottom there, they're already up. What are they up? Like 50%, something like that.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Mavia, look at this. So off the bottom, that done a 5x in 2 days.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I need me some of that. I need me some of that price action. Anyone who knows any of them that's about to get send them my way so I can get in on.
Well, we can be part of what calls green candles, Dave. We can just put a little cable together to kind of.
Yeah.
But look, at 30 odd minutes, so that's market cap wise.
That must have been down at what, about 7, something like that? 6, 7.
So price 0.12, so that's 30 million now. So yeah, it would have been about 6-7 million.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you know what? It probably is. It probably is maybe the time in it to just start looking to see, right, what is like not a complete shitter as in like a meme, but like what is like an actual project. I don't even know what this does, but I'm guessing it's an actual project.
Yeah, it's gaming.
Potentially has a pump in it. What has that's potentially got a pump in it? We've got. What do you think of Saucer Swap price pump last night? I remember you mentioning this last week. I think Thomas, yeah. Saucer Swap is that the DEX on H bar? I think I remember you saying, if I'm right. We'll have a look at him in it. Hey, not bad to wake up to a 5x cake being up 160%. Well done, Scott. Well done.
But the thing is, there's 11 million plus tickers out there. How do you pick the one that's going to do that?
Well, exactly. You can't, can you? You can't. Unless you've got insider info. Unless you've been told by someone who is in the know that, there's probably a likely chance that this is going to do this. at this point, it's a lottery ticket, and you could buy one and it could be down another 30% in 2 days.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you could buy one and maybe, just maybe, it does that.
You just don't know, dear, of what it's going to do, how it's going to behave, whether it's worth taking the risk. But is it worth, for example, like say, the prices where some of these altcoins now have led to, there genuinely is some opportunities to do at least like pretty quick 10x, 20x, 30x's on stuff. But it's just picking that right project.
Yeah.
I don't need someone to. I mean, I have a lot of ZRO, and I continue to buy on a daily basis.
Yeah, I mean that had a mega pump, didn't it? What a move that had off its lows.
So it's still 70%. It's not that.
Yeah.
Where this is
but again, that kind of falls into the category, doesn't it, of a coin that's been absolutely beaten up, but has got great backing.
Yes.
You know, it's one of them coins where the price has been absolutely beaten, like everything else. But in terms of backing, the backing is there for it. You know, it's got great backers. And in terms of like, I don't know, is the network actually out yet? Or I don't know. I don't know too much about the network, but you know, in terms of the backing that it's been given, it's got exceptional backers, hasn't it? So it's got kind of everything going in its favor for upside. I mean, yeah, looking at it down there, that was probably a decent point to go in, wasn't it?
I did buy some. Well, I bought some more, quite a lot more at 2.2, and then it just carried on dropping. I was like, nice, thank you.
Yeah, but that's the market that we're in, isn't it? At the moment, you know, no doubt. One day in the future, these things will.
ZRO, it's a quality project that should do long term. Should do very well. Will you get a 10x from here on ZRO? I would say that's one of the more safer bets probably to take.
Yeah.
Now, self-chain. This is not too. I mean, obviously we can't go back too much further than this, but
that has been holding up quite well, though, hasn't it? And slowly pushing up.
Well, the thing is, I haven't got the old front chart, but from a technical standpoint, you've obviously, this is just people getting out, fine, but you're kind of at a phase where you're going, okay, maybe we're through the worst of it.
Yeah.
Had the liquidation.
Yeah.
Accumulation. And now we're getting expansion.
Bitcoin is dropping quite aggressively, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah. And obviously, you know, it's got a good thing about it from what we're told anyway by our good friend, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the people behind it, it's a good project, but it probably, at some point, we're going to retest this level here, right? That's pretty certain. Yeah. And it's just much easier to draw. Magical boxes, because boxes are better.
That's right. Boxes are better.
Boxes.
If anyone's still drawing horizontal rays or horizontal lines, shame on you.
Boxes are better. But yeah, we're probably going to face resistance here. But once you're above this, it should move pretty quickly, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But I actually unless this loses support again and we come back and retest the lows, it's actually looking all right, to be honest with you. And it's kind of what you want to see, where you've had that accumulation again. Again, you've kind of gained this level, like here, and that knocks.
Yeah.
The support, okay, good. Again, this is people to understand price action. You've had that final manipulation candle here to actually push you out the range.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, if you're trading stuff on perps, people will go, well, I'll put my stop loss below this low here, and then you get the final manipulation candle. It doesn't matter if it's on a daily or a 1 minute or whatever. It's the same thing. A lot of the time, if you're going to get that true reversal, you'll get the final manipulation. That's what collects the final stops. But that looks all right. We've done Ton, haven't we? Teo,
Yeah. I'll have a look. Let's see if there is anything more interesting. I mean, yeah, for me, you know, for the rest of the year, I'm primarily focused on large caps now. To see maybe what we get on offer from a few, and if AVAX is an interesting one, isn't it? AVAX is an interesting one.
Okay.
Sui as well. You know, Sui again, interesting. It's a case of what are your expectations with them. I think again, you know, like something like Sui, is it going to go 10x from here to 70 billion market cap? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? It probably has the fundamentals too. But it's kind of, are you maybe looking for, you know, a 5x or a 10x or so? No, wait, I just said 10x, didn't I? You know, maybe a 5x or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I think
what are your expectations is the main thing, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, sorry, like, losing this support is not great on AVAX. Yeah. But could this candle here, could this be the manipulation candle where we're actually going to start moving back out again?
Yeah.
Possibly.
But yeah, I do look at AVAX and I think, is it tickling me? Is it tickling my taste buds? Where is it? I'm trying to get it on mine. I don't know. But again, you know, I would probably put that. Where would I put it? So I think, in terms of ones I'm interested in, it's probably, I'd say Torn, Link. I'd definitely put Sui in there. Probably if it drops, you know, another 20-30%. AVAX probably another one I'm interested in. I'll tell you what I am interested in. If anyone knows of anything that is currently that you can farm, so obviously we had, you know, the huge hyperliquid airdrop. If anyone knows of anything that you can farm at the moment, where literally just by using the protocol, you might get like a huge airdrop in the next 6 to 12 months, let us know in the chat, because I'd be very interested to have a look at something like that.
So Sui, that's probably where I'd look to bid, personally.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's the bad thing here. Obviously, you've got this demand zone here that's holding the price up. But what I would imagine now we've pushed into this, that this will...
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is for it to just slowly dip down towards the bottom of it.
Liquidate.
And then a liquidation.
And that's where these price voids, where you can clearly see that there is gaps, especially if it's been on the buy side and sell side, that it's been passed through. For me, these are really high value areas where you'll get that there's a lot of liquidity that's probably going to hold price. So Sui, that for me, that's where I'll be bidding if it comes down there.
Yeah.
What have one, Dave? Link we've done.
Link we've done. Let's see. Let me have a look down the list. Let's go and see. What can we have a look at? Not interested in that. Not interested in that. What else is there?
Is anyone else getting?
I'll tell you what's an interesting. I suppose an interesting thing to talk about is how low do you think Trump will go? Because that
Trump
thing,
will.
yeah, because obviously like that thing just there is literally no end in sight for it. It is actually trading as one of them shitty meme coins that just keep going down and down and down forever. I also look at Say here. You know, Say's down at $1 billion market cap. I think when I looked at my chart, it might have a little bit further down to go. I can't remember. But you look at something like Say there. I mean, you know, 5-10x on Say, maybe.
Do you just do all yours on a weekly, Dave?
Weekly and then work down, yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment, I've just been focusing on the weekly, the daily, and then maybe the 4 hour, and then that's it.
Yeah. There. So 13 cents, 15 cents, I'd say.
Yeah. And then to be fair, you know, in the event it goes back to all-time high, that is a 10x, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, with a wider market pump, I think, yeah. I mean, will
7x from there?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Yeah. It's apart from that, I don't know. What else are you looking at?
To be honest with you, my spots all in position. I'm not even looking at them charts, so I won't even tell you which ones they are. And I'm not really. I mean, this to me doesn't look ready. Sui doesn't look ready.
No.
If you look at,
I tell you what, it's interesting is Tau as well. You look at Sol first, but Tau has got potential looming steep drop on it into quite an interesting zone as well.
So, to me, Solana is kind of going to have to accumulate in this range.
Mm-hmm.
Then we will probably get final manipulation past this wick here.
Yeah.
And then we'll take off, I dare say. But it's a clear, it's not much more you can kind of do to show a zone where it needs to filled in.
Yeah.
And was there one Tau? So,
yeah, Tau. So let me tell you the exchange to look at it on, because some of them don't have the price action. Yeah, so load up the MEXC chart. That's obviously, you know, that's
USDT, Dave.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh. Do we know when did it launch?
I don't know.
Always look back. So 23. Does that sound about right? It's a new.
Yeah, it looks like it probably got most of the PA on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what I would say, my personal point of view, it's really, yes, you've got a whacking great void in price down to here. But what's yes, we've got the exchange release here. Could it come all the way down to $9 to $100? Yes. But the one thing you can see absolutely here is if you're buying in this zone, you're buying with the whales, because this is being held up clearly on a weekly.
Yeah. I think it has got something in between on the daily. I think there's one slight possible interruption on it. Where I think I remember seeing it. Yeah, it's a slight little bit. Like that is like, yeah. But again, I remember B&B. This is quite a resemblance of the B&B chart when B&B should have really fell, and it didn't.
Yeah.
And B&B had a little consolidation there where it would have tagged at about, I think it was about $70 or something like that. Something. And obviously it just never ended up getting there because it was being held up. But yeah, there's no doubt that, someone or, a group of people, market makers, whoever, whether it's the project themselves, are propping up that price around them levels and giving it a floor. But, I mean, it did get down there on that wick, didn't it, from August? It did get down there.
Clear floor. For me, personally, you can see there's this little gap just here.
Mm-hmm.
If I was gonna bid, I would quite happily put a stink bid there, because if it touches, you can see where it got to before with that little volume note there. But the beauty of this trade, by taking this, clearly being held up on the daily close and the weekly, it's just, that's easy. Would I trade it on perps? Risky. Unless you're really, really low leverage. But would I discount a liquidation past here? No. If it goes past there, it's probably going to bounce from this green area. Is that worth a bid? Probably. Mm-hmm. But the good thing about, I would say, it's a good accumulation zone to actually buy in general, because it's being held up. Start closing the dailies into this purple box, you know that the range is not being held up anymore, and it's an easy cut.
Yeah, that's it. It's one of the more interesting ones, though, for where it's at. But yeah, I mean, a slam into that green box would be epic. Yeah,
there you go. Nice little signal for everyone. Next, Dave, what else we got?
Let's see. What have we got? Let's see. If anyone's got anything in the chat, Wiz has put thoughts on Islam coin. None. I don't have any thoughts on that. What do you want me to say to that?
A joke, or is it?
No. Apparently, I think it's an actual coin. ISLM, Islamic coin. I'm guessing it was launched on Pump Fun. I don't know. Thomas Mack says you were asking about farming as a yield farming option on Saucer Swap V1. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you very much, Thomas. I'm guessing you're quite a H-bar bull then, are you? Are you quite a H-bar bull? I'm guessing so. Which did perform very well, didn't it, at the back end of that year? Let's see, what else we got? If anyone's got anything in the chat you want us to look at, it doesn't have to be a large cap, like, it can be whatever. Let's see where this is at before we pull it up. Oh, where is that? I don't know. Filecoin. Should we have a look where Filecoin is? I've just come across it on. I've not checked that in ages.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look at Phil. And then I suppose another interesting one is Jupiter, actually, because that fell out of its range into its high time frame lows, and I believe it held up quite well.
Oh. That looks miserable, doesn't it? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, look at that. Right back to its cycle lows, isn't it?
Yeah, so my immediate concern with this, yes, you've got a cheap price. Yes, it looks like we've got support at this level for the double bottom. There's potential. The problem is with it, I don't like the fact that these candles have closed below here. So we've technically lost support.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't buy that. I mean, the thing is, there's still, in the top 100, there's still things in there from years and years ago, and some of them eventually will die off.
Yeah.
I mean, does that look like a dying chart? Yeah. It probably, you can see it gets it's pumped when the rest of the market is frothy. You know, when the rest of the market is frothy and is giving it, that obviously that's when it pumps alongside the rest of the market. Until then, it's just useless, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I would not even bother unless, and again, this is where I think a lot of people are going to get pinched on stuff, because they'll FOMO into stuff like this because they want to try and catch the bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
And you're actually much better off waiting for support to be reclaimed. Yes, you're not going to get as good a price, but again, aka DOP, you can just carry on going forever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, not forever, but probably to 0.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's no strength for me. Yeah, on that one.
Wiz has bought some of Islam coin. Bloody hell. Okay.
Jupiter, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jupe. And we've got Crypto Bro saying Cyber. And then Steve always said Manta, buying the dips. Manta, okay. Suppose we can have a look at that as well.
Jupiter. Hold on, let's have a look. Is there a better exchange price action?
No, I think it launched on them all. I think, didn't it, Trade? I think from launch, I think it done them all.
All at the same point. Just making sure that it looks all the same sort of thing. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any price action. Oh, well. So again, pretty easy one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Close the weekly below that, and you're going to carry on distributing that. I mean, that's an ugly candle, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've got no, despite the fact that it's come into there, I've got no interest in buying that, just for the fact that, like, there is literally, it's at its last line of defense, isn't it? There's nothing.
Yeah.
At its last line of defense. So it's pretty much a gamble. You are playing roulette at that point with something like that. And
the problem is,
because Bitcoin takes a 10% shit, and then suddenly you're down another 25% on dupe, and then it's into no man's land.
Yeah. You're exactly right. Not for me, that one.
Unless it reclaims the range. I mean, if it reclaimed that range that it formed, you know, primarily, obviously, what was support, then yeah, you've got some good invalidation then.
Yeah.
But
where would you want to get in there, Dave? Because my concern is you've got between here and here. This is quite a nice base. So
yeah.
it probably needs to fall. But there's nothing there that I go, yes, I would like to support this project.
No. I mean,
the thing is, you could potentially see a lower high.
Yeah.
Lower low and then out. But yeah, I don't even, where would you want this to gain? The problem is, from here, it's not even gaining this level here, because that's not really showing me strength. You would want to you would want to see the highs taken out to kind of say, right, we've got some strength back here, and it's such a big distance to get there. Yeah, not for me. Thank you. Cyber was the next one, wasn't it?
Yeah, Cyber was the next one, requested by Crypto Bro.
This is another CZ project, I do believe. Is there any better charts? Anything better at all? It all looks the same. Does that look right? It looks,
looks terrible, doesn't it?
Sweet baby Jesus, that does not look good. The thing is, unless you know something like this, where where the pre-sale prices were and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure really what else to say about that. I mean, for me, long in from about there as a gain, I would say is, I know that's quite a big distance. Now I do know because it's like a 3x till there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just from a technical standpoint, pure TA, there is nothing whatsoever right now to say buy. I don't know the fundamentals of the project. I don't really care about fundamentals, to be honest with you. I'm just looking from a technical standpoint, and there's nothing there whatsoever. If someone says to you, we are at a level of support whereby it was accumulated, or the pre-sale prices, then you go maybe worth a tickle.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
yeah, I mean, the problem there is, by the time you get to that level, you're essentially buying someone's 3-4x, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're looking to get back to a decent level for confirmation, but then, you know, someone who just happened to buy close to the low, you then buying their 3-4x off them.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. I mean, that's the problem with these coins that are going back to like the launch price, isn't it? It's like, are they going to carry on down low, or do you have to wait like massive amount of upside for it just to get back to a level where you can go, right, okay, there's my entry, there's my invalidation now. That's the problem with these ones that are going back to launch price, is there's too much of a gap either way. You know, obviously further downside, which is infinite, or upside, okay, upside, but you're waiting to buy someone else's profits.
Yeah, so you are exit liquidity at that
pretty
point.
much, unless it carries on going up from where you enter, then yeah.
Right, let's quickly. I just saw that Crypto Bros asked about Doge. To me, sir, it is pretty clear that we need to form a base around here. But I would say anywhere in this range, probably from there. The invalidation is if we close the daily below 14 cents. If we do that, probably not a bad area to start accumulating. But would I at the moment? Probably not. But 14 cents seems like, I mean, it's a clear level, right? That's pretty straightforward. Doge.
Yeah.
Then I saw Wiz just mention cow.
When will the cow get milked? Its udders already full. See, this is another one, innit? It's another one that's, unless it's, I don't know if it launched on Binance at first or not, but you know, if it did, it's difficult. Yeah, so there is a little bit of price action before that Binance launch, it looks like, that Binance listing. MEXC chart is normally the ones that have them in it. I don't know. Is it on MEXC? Yeah, there it is down there. Well, what is going on there? What? You know what?
Yeah.
I don't. What is all that about?
I've got.
Did it relaunch or something and just launch at a different price? I don't know.
There's something not right there.
Yeah.
But again, it's bleeding down. We've got no basis over here. I'm not going to tell you the price, but I have got a bid set for this to buy spot on cow. I will not say what it is, for obvious reasons.
Okay. Will you tell me it in private?
Yeah, of course I will.
Ah, there we go.
Snooze,
you lose, people.
But again, there's no. Where would you advise buying there? Unless someone says buy this because it's really great. There's nothing to go off of, right?
Exactly, and that's the problem, isn't it? Unless you've got, some sort of information where it's okay, maybe it's going to be held up for me, or this is the private round price, or whatever. You kind of just like, it is just a gamble. It's just like, okay, I'll buy here, and if it ends up being the bottom, well done, you won. If it goes further down, well, now you've just got to hope that it goes back up. Yeah.
So, Cal, nothing too technically great. Doge, we've done.
Crypto Bro says, Cow is looking utterly terrible. It's a good one.
I love you, Crypto Bro, but I can't accept that kind of poor humour.
Yeah,
you're right.
That is, see yourself out. See yourself out, please.
Yeah.
Josh, I was looking at this the other day. This has got to be the foundation must just have like just a big massive buy wall at the bottom there, because if that goes any lower, it is done for. Like, it must. To be fair, every time it comes into there, it does actually bounce. Every time. But like at some point,
fine until it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I mean. At some point, it will come into the, primarily fueled by market weakness. I'm guessing at this point, but at some point it will break down there, and then it is into really bad territory, isn't it?
Yes.
This is one that I look at, right, and this is one that I look at, and very much like Filecoin. It's like this is one of the ones you're looking for really to like fall off into just the abyss in the next 2, 3, 4 years.
But there's no information to go off of, right?
No, so, it's like, will it be around in 2, 3, 4 years? Well, unless they really put their ideas up and do something about the price, no, because that it doesn't have anywhere to go in a bear market unless it just goes down. Like, say for instance, whatever, say Bitcoin drops to 70k, 69k, 68k from here, a 15, 20% drop, whatever it may be. Where is it going? It's literally going into that launch candle on the left. That's exactly where it's going. It's going nowhere apart from into that launch candle. So, yeah, pretty crazy, pretty crazy.
Somewhere around there, somewhere between $5.50 and $6. It's just, yeah, not for me, thanks. Again, no. It's
yeah, I mean, it would be for anyone holding DOT. If somehow it ever got back towards like $20, not financial advice, but get rid of it.
Well, the thing is, what I will say is, if you look at Litecoin, you look at a lot of the other results from the previous cycle, there's a lot of people that's holding in this kind of range here.
Yeah.
And not like Joe Public, like people with considerable funds. So at some point, yes, we're going to get a liquidation candle up here somewhere around about this level, I'd guess.
Oh, and it will provide the greatest short ever.
And it's just going to be because, and everyone's just going to get probably got not even a sell wall. It is just, it will just be kind of, and then dead down here somewhere.
Yeah.
Unless the foundation are buying in and there's some truly big upsides to the project in general. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be heavily in the red that are going to sell into this. As soon as it starts breaking, probably even, around here, $17 kind of thing. And you can see where every single time it's just getting sold into from, basically.
Yeah, the eternal range, isn't it, for DOT?
But, I mean, the good thing is, you could say, right, this is actually we are accumulating here. Is this an accumulation range? And then, but one day you're going to turn around and you're going to see like a Mavia kind of 300-400% candle on this, and it will break out, and it will break out spectacularly. I'd guess it might even be like this kind of thing, where similar kind of thing here, and then you get this run up. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Ket was the next one. I've never heard of Ket.
Brilliant.
Unless it's ketamine.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this?
That can't be serious, surely. No, not for me, thanks.
Yeah. Unless you're shorting it from up here, I've got nothing wise to say about that at all. Let's have a look. Is Cow a meme? No, it's not a meme, Crypto Bro. Cow is some form of protocol, but I know that the World Liberty Finance folk are using it quite a lot.
Ah, is that right?
Yeah, if you have a look at their a lot of their transactions when they've been purchasing, they've been using Cow protocol. So it's
right, okay. Didn't know that.
What else? Cow.
So maybe one day
Drift.
A big old candle on it from them buying some, unless they've already got some. I don't know.
You got anything spiritual advice to say on Drift, Dave?
Nothing that's appropriate for a YouTube stream. No, it's just another example in it of it's just like you need to see a base formed. So that's the main thing on a lot of these things is you need to see a proper like accumulation range formed or just something to give you evidence to say, right, okay, this looks like accumulation or this looks like a bottom. I'm going to buy here and this is my invalidation.
But this is a prime example of exchange listing and then the VCs and exchanges using exchange listing to take profits on everyone that has bought it, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? Yeah, I mean...
Pump and dump.
Yeah, I mean, you got so many examples of them. They're all the same, you know, Trump, Melania, there's loads of them. They all look the exact same.
STG. This is not what Wiz caught when he was in Amsterdam, was it?
I believe this was what Wiz caught, yeah. You had to go and get a jab for it.
Is this Stargate or something like that it's called?
I'm not too sure.
I mean...
What is Bitcoin doing while we've been on stream? Let's see.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
82,250.
Stargate, there you go. I was right.
Well, what do you guys think of Virtual project? Has it been rugged? And then Wiz said, yeah. Apparently, Virtual's project has been rugged. Okay. Oh wow! Oh yeah. See, yeah. It's another one. Yeah.
Same shit, different ticker, right?
Yeah. You just don't know what to do with it, do you? That's the thing. You just don't know what to do with it. TMG says, is US open? Yeah, US market opened an hour and 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
1:30 UTC time. Yeah, and we've done nada at the moment. We've done nothing apart from we had a bit of a pump and then we went down again. And then looking like we're maybe going to go back up low time frame as well at the moment. What's this virtuals one that's rugged? Virtual protocol. What is the ticker for it? Let me find out.
It is virtual.
Is it?
Yeah.
And it's rugged apparently.
Lots of liquidations here. This is going to continue going down, I would suggest, because of these liquidation candles. Stargate, Crypto Bro, you are picking some horrendous tickers, sir. Just
Crypto Bro's probably been shorting them all the way down.
It just looks horrendous.
Yeah, there's not really much you can say, is there? It's kind of one of them ones where it's presented without context. You don't. Yeah, you need to see either a reclaim of an important level or again some sort of base / accumulation form on it, where you confidently say, right, okay, this is my entry, this is my invalidation, and this is where I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Because when it's hit new local lows like that, it's you're restarting again. From the upper side there, if that just carried on ranging there for a while, you could say, okay, maybe this is accumulation. I'll buy some.
And then it just goes accumulate.
Yeah,
accumulate,
and that's the thing. Yeah. So you just need to see a lot of these that are going into new lows or going into the exchange, the launch candle and stuff like that. Just be very wary of them. But yeah, just look, and it's not that it's not that too hard to spot. Just look at a standard accumulation pattern and just tie it in with whatever your theory is or where you're buying. But just make sure you have an invalidation because again, you don't just want to keep holding as it keeps going lower and lower and lower and lower.
There's no strength. There's no strength in these candles here. That's the thing. They're all look at that candle there on the daily. No wick to the top or bottom whatsoever. Same here, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, everything like this is just piggybacking off Bitcoin going up a little bit, isn't it? That's the thing. It's just piggybacking off a little bit of upside market momentum.
Yeah, it's not buyers stepping in and going, "We like this project and we're going to support it at this price." This is just being left to bleed, basically.
Yeah, but things can go through accumulation and stuff like that. TMG says, "How are the Mag 7 doing? How is Tesla doing actually now? It's down when it was down 3% at open."
So Mag 7 is, in general, I still think it comes down and at least feels this before any chance of going up whatsoever. Any chance whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just zero strength at the moment. Still, I think it's getting dragged out. Like I say, I know Nvidia has got something this week, but this doesn't look. I still think this is going to roll over. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially I think whatever direction we go in, and obviously at the moment it looks like we're going up. Whatever direction we go in heading into FOMC, just be very wary of where direction goes after that. Because if we pump into FOMC, what is the likelihood that the market is going to do to take out people that are trying to position too early or, positioning ahead of a big news event and stuff like that is obviously the most pain is to then go back down. Similarly, if it was going down, if it was just bleeding constantly into FOMC, the likelihood is it will probably squeeze afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be
careful.
Just be a little bit careful, obviously going into Wednesday. But I will be streaming for anyone interested. I will be streaming the FOMC rate decision on Wednesday, so that should be fun. Be the first one of them that I've done. I do fancy a little bit. I think just in general, maybe they do get a squeeze up throughout today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then maybe roll over again after that.
We got another beauty from Crypto Bro. GRC.
He's got all these stuffed up his sleeve, hasn't he? Do you know, it's funny that the graph was actually one of the first things I ever bought in crypto. It's one of the first things. I remember going onto Coinbase and I thought, oh, just buying ones that sounded cool. I remember the graph was one of the first ones I ever bought. That's how old it is.
It's just grinding down.
Looks a little bit like Polkadot, doesn't it? A little bit.
Yeah. But no range formed for accumulation. Failed higher here. So until this finds a base and then pumps and then breaks this high.
Yeah.
Just more drivel, basically, unfortunately. You've come up with some belters, though. Every single one, I think, that Crypto Bro has come up with has been, like, at the edge of despair.
It's because he's short on them all. He's been shorting them all the way. And he wants to see if you're going to turn around and say, this actually looks all right for a U-turn, and then he knows when to close then.
Yeah, or he bought it up here and he's just rugged it.
Yeah.
But that's just it looks like a piece of crap, personally, and it needs to, all of these, until they make some new highs after they've accumulated, because they could at any stage do this, and but I would say again, it's just looking at this area here. There you go. Probably around about there.
Yeah.
It gains in that level, then potentially up, but doesn't look very. There's nothing at the moment. Depends whether you're perps or spot trading, and whether you're into gambling or not. It's just for CRV. I'll do that quickly as well. If you're buying it on spot, is it worth a punt on some of these? Yes, but I would say you would need to be pretty sure of the fundamentals of the project, and that the VC, or try and find out what the pre-sale prices were or whatever it is, because a lot of them look minging.
Mm-hmm.
CRV. So I'm in CRV. I actually purchased CRV at 22 cents. So I do expect this to actually do some pretty okay things. So again, it formed this nice accumulation. So accumulate, expansion, retest. So hopefully you'll see this kind of move now. Because it had a nice accumulation period.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say CRV, pretty nice one in general. But again, I would say if
that Curve financing it, is it Curve?
Yes, DeFi. Is that right?
Yeah.
So I'd say anything below this point, any weekly close below here. So what's that? 34 cents. I would say then it's in trouble and you might make a new low. If it holds here, then this could see some decent expansion, and you're probably from here then looking in this kind of region up here. So it's probably a quick 5x from here, from 40 cents. Or for me, I've got 22 cents, it means I'm 10x. That's fine.
Yeah.
Did I see someone say Pepe as well?
Pepe coins. It's Pepe. I don't know what the ticker for that is. It's Pepe coin, I think, is the ticker. It's the one. It's not actual Pepe. It's the one that launched and it claimed to be the original Pepe. It was. I know which one he means, but I don't know what the ticker is, and I don't know where it's listed on. I think it might be Pepe coin is the ticker. I can't remember what the ticker is on it. I think it might be just Pepe coin. I think.
Pepe coin. Never heard of it. Is this another? Is it?
Pepe coin. I think that might be it. Yeah.
Nexi.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, that's it.
I would say it's on its way to death. So
I remember this. It launched and it was like it went to like 1 billion. It went to like 1 billion or something like that. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, that Pepe coin one there. Yeah, and it claims to be like the original Pepe or something. And it went absolutely parabolic. Alongside, obviously, that was when memes were coming to the height. TMG says you should bring up that chart that shows you how much you need to gain to recover your loss. ED. Yeah, I've actually I've brought that up. So I'll get that on in a second.
Shall I stop sharing, Dave, and you can bring that up?
No, well, yeah, it's up to you, mate. Well, we've been on for over 2 hours now, so we'll.
Yeah, I don't know what TMG's talking about. If you know.
Yeah, I'll throw it on. Here it is. Yeah, okay, so it's this one. It's the gain required to make up for a loss. So obviously, you lose. Hang on. Like, can I go full screen on this? How do I go full screen on this? So you lose 10%. You need to make 11%. If you lose 20% of your portfolio, you need to make 25%. Is that right? That doesn't even look right. Then is that math adding up? Maybe it is. I don't know. Let me check. Let me check on another one. Yeah, it looks right. Yeah. So yeah. So say for instance, you lose 40% on a meme coin. On any coin. I don't know why I said meme coin then. Your return back to break even is a 66.67% gain. You lose 60%. Like obviously most altcoins now from the December highs are coming into this realm, aren't they? 60, 70, 80%. So obviously 60%, you're looking for 150% gain back to break even. Or the highs. Back to December highs. 70%, 233, and then obviously 80% is a 4x, and then 90%. It's like the skull and crossbone thing, isn't it? You need 900%. So, yeah. Some of them aren't actually too bad. If you're only 20% down, that's easily doable in a day, isn't it? 25% on some things. But, yeah, I think... interesting that Stonksy's actually gone green on the 1 hour on SPX and NQ now. So maybe we are. I don't know. I'm feeling like we're maybe going to get a push up into FOMC is my initial gut feeling.
Yeah, I mean, SPX to me, yes, it could potentially go up and it is pushing, but the risk to reward, I think I'd rather gain above 5,745 on the daily, and then look to long. I don't know if I'd necessarily do it from here, but it's a good sign that if it is gaining, if it's going up.
I mean, I just don't like when price trends into an event. It just makes me think that it will just undo everything.
It's all setting up.
Yeah, so like if we get a push up on everything into FOMC, my initial gut feeling is, come the end of the week or the start of next week, everything will have fully retraced. Just my initial thoughts. TMG says he's streaming tonight, so yeah, everyone make sure you get your alerts ready to catch TMG streaming tonight. That should be fun.
On that note, Dave, I'm going to have to bounce in a second.
Yes, big thank you to Justin.
Kids going home and stuff.
Yeah, big thank you, mate. for spending your first half of your afternoon with us today. Obviously, me and everyone in the chat appreciate you coming on every Monday. It's a good time, and it's obviously great to have
always a pleasure to spend time with you, Dave.
Yes, likewise, mate. Big thank you. I appreciate it massively, and I think everyone looks forward to the Mondays. So
cool. Have a good week, all.
Right, have a good week, mate. I'll speak to you soon.
Stupid.
See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Right, and that was Justin on stream again, like every Monday. Big up, Justin, in the chat. Make sure you do show him some love. But what are we getting? Obviously, I'll just do a little round off. Pretty much, obviously, we're looking like we're pushing up on NQ and SPX. Obviously, interesting that Stonksy, after catching the drop down all the way from all-time high, has exited the red and now in the green. And obviously now pushing up. So that is a potential good sign for Bitcoin to have some pressure released from it. Obviously, in terms of Bitcoin, we're still struggling at this key pivot point, this SR pivot point. Resistance all along here, then turn to support, then flip back to resistance again, obviously on Sunday, and then today on tries to get above. So I think, obviously, this is a different outlook on it. Obviously got horizontal, but then we've obviously got a descending trend line coming down. So we break, in turn, we break both of them. I think we then come into here, which would close the CME gap. This would obviously be a little bit of a challenge as well, as it would come into supply. But then above that, we've probably got to run towards 89K-ish. So it'll be interesting to see how this week pans out and what sets up for Bitcoin. But pretty much, we are looking to see whether, we get a drop down. Whatever way we get a piece of volatility into Wednesday, I think I'll be looking to take advantage. So maybe tomorrow, or definitely Wednesday in the half an hour that we're leading up to FOMC, we will take a look to see, where could we long from, where could we short from. But in essence, for those of you that got in on the TON trade, so for those of you that aren't in Stonksy, you can now get 20% off your first month as a new user. So you use code BOT20. So click that second link in the description. The code is also there for you to use. I put in the Stonksy Discord on Friday that I was long in TON and looking for a 20 to 30% move. So I'll show you exactly where I did that, because a good few members followed me, which will have paid for the subscriptions. So I put in the Stonksy Discord. Where was it? It was about 280. It was around here. Anywhere around here. I put in, I'm long in TON, looking for a move up. Just letting everyone know. And then obviously what happened, we got a huge blowout move, 20, 25, 30% potentially for where people closed it out. But I know a good few people followed me on that trade from in the Discord. So that's good to see, the Stonksy users eating well. And that obviously wasn't even a Stonksy signal. That just come straight from me, just saying I was long in TON. So that was a nice little gainer. So if you do want to, obviously, primarily the product is Stonksy, the indicator, obviously trading bot now as well, and then Discord access. But occasionally, if I do see something interesting, I'll put it in. And, luckily this time it panned out well to make the users a nice bit of profit. So you can use that code BOT20 in the description to sign up to Stonksy. Do make sure you do that. And if you're looking to trade anything anywhere, do make sure you click the first link and sign up to BLOFIN. But that's all from me today. Big thank you for joining. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. If you're not already subscribed, do subscribe. And I'll catch you all tomorrow for another stream. Enjoy the rest of your day. And look forward to tomorrow. And I'll see some of you in the Discord who's in there. But for now, see you later. Bye-bye.